So finally now I'm relaxed. My GT6 is primed, it's not gonna rust, so it's over there waiting for me to finish with this. So we have to rush. We have to hurry up with this so we can get back on the GT6. So let's see where we are. Oh, I remember. We were dealing with the ignition switch. Alright, so we were dealing with the ignition switch, and in my last video I said that I couldn't find those bolts that hold the ignition switch there, and of course I couldn't find them because, like many of you told me already, thanks to all of you who told me about that, these are actually shear bolts. You torque them to certain torque and the head just snaps, and this bolt is almost impossible to be taken out. So I don't even know how whoever disassembled this car, how did they take them out, but anyways, those bolts are not here. So I found those little guys that match here the thread, and I think I'm just gonna use those. Nobody's gonna come and steal the car by removing the ignition switch. I think that these are things that we've been doing a long time ago. Once I stole my mom's car this way. Hi mom! Yeah, so I took apart the ignition switch, removed it, and hooked up the wires, and this is how I drove the car. I was crazy. Anyways, alright, before we install the ignition though, I was gonna forget, we have to fish those harnesses inside. And then we have to cover them with this little cover. And there's this extra wire for the overdrive switch, which is not supposed to be there, and that's why it doesn't fit. See, it fits perfectly with the other three harnesses inside. And now there must be a screw, maybe. Let me grab my light. I don't know what holds this, but looks like the overdrive wire doesn't fit there, and it's gonna have to go separately. I just don't want to pinch it with this. So this is gonna go there, and I saw in the drawing it goes this way, not this way, for some reason. So now I can put the ignition switch, and I figured that I don't need to put them together and at the same time go there. For some reason I got confused last time that I need to do that. Actually the bracket can go freely after I put the ignition switch there. So I'm gonna install the ignition switch first. I'm gonna try to stay away from these wires, using those regular bolts. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the key out and I'm gonna lock it. Okay, now it's locked. So this is telling me that it is in the right place. And now I can put the bolts on this bracket. And I have to go all the way through the two brackets and this underneath, which goes this way, with the wider part facing me, and the profile you see, it goes up. So just like that. And this bolt has a special nut underneath which is capped for some reason. Maybe security again, I don't know. Just putting it loosely. I'm gonna tighten everything at the same time when I have all the bolts in their places. All the bolts are in place. Okay, I don't know how well you can see, but basically that's the way to assemble it. I hope. So now all the bolts are in place, so I just need to tighten them and we're gonna be done with the steering column. Finally. Alright, so it's all tight now and the steering wheel is still locked, so let's see now if it is gonna unlock. Yep, perfect. Okay, and it is nice and solid, so we are ready here. Let me see if it is gonna start, huh? I wish. Alright, so I don't think I can do anything here anymore under the dash, because if I install those vents up, that's gonna be on my way for installing the harness. Actually, I can't do anything here anymore, but I'm happy because we did a pretty good job already, and that was actually the part that I was really scared about, because when you didn't take something apart, it is, I wasn't sure if we had all the parts needed and stuff like that, but it looks okay. So we have to figure out something else to do, and maybe we're gonna go a little bit in the engine bay again, huh? Yep, let's do that. Alright, for the engine bay, I was thinking we still have to install this cross member here on the frame. I was thinking to install also the alternator and start dressing it up a little, maybe even the radiator, but still I don't have the wiring harness, so it's not it's too early for that. I want to have access to everywhere. So maybe what I should do then, I should try to clean this up, because remember I told you the engine bay was oversprayed with some with primer probably when they painted the car somewhere. See this head, it needs to be like this, nice and shiny, but it is matte now. So I'm gonna try somewhere here where it's concealed. I'm gonna try with this silicone wash, and we will see what's gonna happen. It doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. You see here on the side, this is what it is supposed to look like. Here, it is so matte. Oh, I'm gonna try polishing compound. Maybe it's gonna work, but it's gonna take forever. But it is what it is. That looks better. Not much, but a little better. It doesn't help a lot. Anyways, I'm gonna keep trying different things, guys, and I'm not gonna bother you with that. I'll bring you back when I have some result or when I give up. Alright, so what I ended up doing was, here I actually used the lacquer thinner. Just a very little lacquer thinner to get rid of the haze from the primer or whatever that gray stuff is. And actually it started, I really got into the green, blue-green paint, but it removed the haze. And then I used that mother's polish, and I polished it a little bit, and still not perfect, but I don't think that it's too bad. And if you compare it with the other one, the other side, and that's not dusty. That's not dusty, that's how it is, that's how the other one was. So let me clean this one too and we'll compare it. Alright, that's after the lacquer thinner, and now we're gonna use some polish to see if this is gonna become shinier. I think that's fine. At least it's much better than what it was, right? So probably I'm gonna have to go all over the whole engine bay and do that. Wow, that's gonna take forever. Alright, it is what it is. I'm gonna have to do it. Alright, I think I'm done with one side, with this wheel well, this part here, this part here, this part here, and this part here. Actually this part, it doesn't look very well, does it? I think I have to work a little bit more here, but it works, you know. It works with lacquer thinner. I removed the gray haze, it takes forever. I'm already on my third day. I don't know if you're gonna believe me, but the first night I worked maybe about an hour on this. Last night I worked about 2 hours, and today it's maybe an hour and a half already. And I'm still on this side. Oh, that's what happens when you send your car to somebody else to do a job that they don't care about, you know? They don't care about your car. Anyway, so I keep working here, but look at the other side, and that's not dust. That's like, you see, this is clean of dust. That's what it looked like when they brought it back. And when we sent it out, it looked like that. It was nice and shiny. Anyways, now I have to bring the shine back. So I keep working. Alright. I think that's gonna be it for cleaning of the engine bay. I think it's clean enough now, and it's not perfect, but almost there. And tomorrow we're gonna start feeding the harness, because we got finally the grommets. So we have all the grommets and everything from TRF, the roadster factory. So that's it for now. See you tomorrow, guys, or see you in 2 minutes. Alright, it's a new day. It's a new beautiful day here. And finally, like I said, we already have the grommets. So this is a kit for the whole car. which includes 3 separate kits inside, which is good, and each kit is for different area of the car. So this one is for the cockpit, this one is for the trunk, and this one is for the bulkhead. So the trunk and the cockpit I don't need still, so I'm gonna keep them in the box. That's really good that everything is separated, so I can get myself more organized here. So these little ones, I already had some of them from Jake's TR4. That's the one that I made myself. Wow, mine look better. And there are 2 actually. Well, I put only one, but it was ½ inch. These ones look like 2 times 3/8, but anyway, probably it's 3/4 of an inch, but we don't need them anymore. Oh, this is something that I was waiting for. This is for here, for the hoses, for the heater inside. Anyways, let's see where we're gonna start from. Alright, so it's a little bit dark, so I'm gonna help with my light here. So I installed these 2 grommets over there. These are for the speedo cable, and the other one is for the oil pressure tube. Then there's a big grommet over there underneath. This one is for the wiring harness. The other one is for the bonnet release cable, as far as I know. Then there's this one over there. I don't know why there was a hole over there, so I just capped it because on the picture doesn't say anything about this hole, and there's no hole there. Then on the other side over there, there are 2 more. What was it for? For the choke cable and for the heater control cable for this valve. And the other one is for harness, wiring harness. Which one? I have no idea. And then over there on the other side we have 2 little grommets. These are for the washer fluid hose and for the washer fluid wiring. Anyways, and there's one more over there. If you see it, this is for the, again, for the speedo cable. It goes to the overdrive. And there is one more over there behind the lever for the gas pedal, and that one was for I don't remember what anymore. But anyway, so I installed pretty much everything. Oh, I still have to install that. This is for the heater hoses, so I have to find the screws and mount the little adapter there, and then we're gonna have to do all this on the wall. This is the wiring harness. So I think here I have the old one and the new one, because we have a new one for this car, but of course I kept the old one too, so I can do the comparison if I have to. And finally we are into that. We will see how we're gonna deal with that now. So I spread it on the floor so I can see pretty much what is what, and to be honest, it is actually pretty clear. Well, we'll see about that, but you see, so this is, they even have the grommet, the big grommet. I didn't know that they have the grommet. If I knew, I could have put the harness long time ago inside, but that's fine. I had other things to do anyways. So this whole part is under the dash for the switches and the gauges. Where the grommet is, that's where it goes through the bulkhead, comes outside. This branch here is for the fuse boxes and stuff like that, I guess. This branch here is for the alternator and some sensors, probably the temperature sensor. And then it goes forward. That goes to the steering wheel column, the ground, and then this branch goes to the headlights and side lights and stuff like that. And from here you see this plug, that's the rear harness that goes to the gas tank and the tail lights. So it looked more complicated to me before. Well, we will see when it comes to all these wires here what goes where, but they are color coded, so I have the wiring schematics, so it's not gonna be so hard, I guess. So we have to feed this from here, everything forward. We have to feed it through the bulkhead. So let's do that. So it looks like I don't need this grommet there. I'm gonna take it out, keep it at 74. Yeah, it looks like this is for the windshield wiper motor, and then all these, the rest are for different relays and stuff here. We're gonna figure that out later. Here's the alternator branch. That's probably the temperature sensor. Done. And these are for the ignition, coil probably. Right here. I'll look at the schematic. For now I just want to lay it down, but I'm gonna look at the schematic and see what is what. This is for the steering column here, the ground. So this is for the tail light, for the side marking light, I guess. Headlights, blah blah blah. There's another ground strap here, so that goes here. I have to clean this up from the paint, so I'm not gonna plug it in yet. But this goes to the other headlight and the other side light. Alright, under the dash now. I know somebody suggested that you leave the wiring harness on the sun outside or warm it up a little so it softens, but to be honest, it's not that hard. I mean, it's not stiff, so it's pretty much okay. Alright, this is the harness that goes outside to the battery, etc. And the rest of it is the one that goes outside. That's probably the glove box light and switch. Yeah. And this is for the windshield fluid. So I'm gonna fish that through. This goes behind the heater motor. These are both gauges and switches. This is the ignition. Alright, I think these are all the wires that have to come through this hole. I don't know how long they need to be, but we will see when we start plugging them in. And the last one is the one for the windshield washer. Right there. Alright. So that's good. Alright, so let's see what's next. Alright, so next I thought I was gonna install the headlights, because somehow the headlights are the detail that make the car more complete. So I wanted to install the headlights, but I figured that I don't have the harness that is from the headlight to the main harness over there. For some reason these two little harnesses are missing, so I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do there. Also, what I noticed is that there's one bolt here which goes through the hinge for the bonnet, goes from the inside, comes out this side, and there's a nut that holds also the fender. I need to put this nut before I put the headlight, but the hinges are not adjusted, because in the paint shop they removed the bonnet for some reason, and now the hinges are all loose. So I need to install first the bonnet, align it, tighten this bolt with the nut here and everything, and only then I can install the headlight. And I don't want to do that now with the bonnet, because I really like the idea of working here without the bonnet. So I'm gonna leave the headlights for later, and maybe I'm gonna do those side the signal lights or whatever they are. Are they signal lights or marking lights? I don't know. But maybe I should install these. And I just emptied the box with lights and stuff, and I looked through them, and it looks like we need to buy some more parts for here, because, for example, this boot, rubber boot, looks pretty much okay, just needs to be cleaned. But this one, for example, has a big hole in it, so we need another boot for here. These boots for the lights that I want to install, though, they look pretty nice, pretty solid. They're just dirty, so I need to clean those. And the lenses are not really bad, they look pretty much okay, they just need to be cleaned. The headlights, I think these are new. Not really sure what we did there, but I think the buckets are new, they're plastic. Looks like we have everything for the headlights except of the wiring harness that goes from here to the main harness. So anyways, we will look at that. I'm gonna probably steal the ones from the 74 and order new ones for the 74, or we're gonna see what we're gonna do. But these I can definitely install. The harness, the wires have been cut, but that's not a problem, I can extend them. So I'll try to take out the metal part and wash the rubber. Alright, so here they are, all cleaned up. I also cleaned the lenses and they look okay, so we are fine with this, even though this one is missing a screw, but we can figure out something with the screw. So I would say we are okay with this, and I was gonna start assembling them, but actually I was looking at the rest of the stuff, and looks like I have to order these boots because they're both damaged. This one has a hole here, this one has a hole here. The bulb holders on this side are here, but on the other side they're missing. Also some of the lenses are really bad, this one for example. So why don't I just disassemble everything, clean it up and see what I need and what I can use again, so I can order everything at the same time for the lights, tail lights, headlights and signal lights, etc. Because also I'm missing screws, and I can order the screw sets and everything. I think it's a good idea. So I'm not gonna assemble anything today. I'm just gonna go ahead and clean everything here and make sure that whatever we don't have, it gets ordered. So that's gonna be it for today, guys. I don't know how long is this video gonna be. Looks like I don't have too much material, but I'm gonna upload it so you can see where I am at, because I haven't posted a video for a week now, and I think I owe you a video already. So I'm gonna post this, and this week now, it's Sunday today, so This week from Monday I'm gonna start staying every night and working a little bit on the car every night. So soon there's gonna be another video, and then another one, and another one, and hopefully soon there's gonna be the last video in which we're gonna be test driving the car and we're gonna have it on the road. I'm dreaming about this video now. Anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.